Lumilor is so good at turning heads, it could replace turn signals on cars, accents on buildings, navigation lights on airplanes and boats, or imagine glowing ambulances or firefighters' clothing.
I think anybody would like to see their invention make the world a better place, and I'm no different along those lines.
Until then,
see you on the dark side.
It can be hard to spot a motorcycle rider at night, unless they're a mad scientist.
Oh, I set out to make a motorcycle light up. It all just kind of took off from there. My name is Andy Zinko, and I invented Lumilor electroluminescent coating system.
Growing up in his father's body shops and later studying computer science, it's not surprising Andy came up with a paint that glows under an electric current instead of exposure to sunlight. The idea's been burning since 2009.
Well, this is just, like I said, proof of concept. And I'm one of those weirdos that once you get a hold of an idea, I don't turn loose. Sitting on the guy's porch drinking a beer, I actually came up with the base concept for what became Lumilor in about 5 minutes. And by the time I finished the six-pack, I pretty much had it worked out.
Getting from beer-inspired idea to reality, however, took more than 2 years.
Basically, it was going through about 400 different combinations of possibilities in terms of the proper materials, things that you could spray that would dry properly, that would dry tough, that had longevity to them. There was no rule book for it. I had to figure it out as I went.
Andy learned about phosphors, metallic coatings that are sensitive to electromagnetic fields.
When you apply an electromagnetic field to set up that excites certain types of material, we have some of that material incorporated into the coating. When we apply current to it, the material emits light because of the presence of that field.
And unlike other glow-in-the-dark coatings, Lumilor shines bright and lasts long.
You're looking at a test panel that is approximately 4 years old. It's one of the first that was successful.
Bringing these objects to life falls to the crack team at Darkside Scientific, starting with, of course, their fearless leader.
The American Chopper's mustache.
There's Dr. Strange, the Governor, Red, Deuce,
ready to get lit,
and the Rad Man.
They're a great group of people, the best. We wouldn't be where we are without them.
Andy is a mad scientist, a savant, a genius. Andy is one of the most interesting people I've ever had the pleasure of meeting in my entire life.
Taped up, ready to go.
Good thing, because it's a long and complicated painting process.
Something like a metal gas tank like this, the first thing you do is you lay down a primer coat that electrically insulates the metal from the Lumilor coating that goes on it.
The magical mixture is actually 5 different layers that combine to create the effect, each layer getting several coats. Once cured, a voltage applied across 2 conductive layers excites an inner layer, and Lumilor comes to life.
we light this up. It's like seeing your child born for the first time again. Every time for you? Every time.
Well, he's a passionate guy. It never does get old watching a panel come to life for the first time.
From guitars to bottles, Lumilor is limited only by imagination.
Now we have a safety device potentially, and we also have an attractive device. And we have a way that we've done that without creating complicated engineering inside of a helmet. This is just a helmet. You can strobe it, you can flash it, it responds instantly to the current. It is essentially painting a light bulb onto the surface of an object. This pipe is now a light bulb. We've actually driven a nail through Lumilor, stuck that panel in a bucket of salt water, and it hasn't affected the coating system. Think of Lumilor as a primer that you lay down and the primer just happens to emit light.
What you're seeing there light up is the paint itself.
Every motorcycle that we've ever painted with Lumilor that has been entered into a motorcycle show has won Best in Show. People come up to us and say, all right, where's the light bulb? We actually have to unscrew the gas cap and have them look inside of it. We're obviously not going to put light bulb inside of a gas tank.
I've had people walk out in the street to stop me so they can get a closer look at it. Seriously.
Kids?
Women.
Some requests, however, go a bit too far.
We've had people ask us for body paint, which we're not necessarily in the mood to spray an electrical system on somebody's body.
Tattoos and fingernail polish and you name it. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that comes out of the woodwork.
Lumilor is so good at turning heads, it could replace turn signals on cars, accents on buildings, navigation lights on airplanes and boats, or imagine glowing ambulances or firefighters' clothing.
I think anybody would like to see their invention make the world a better place, and I'm no different along those lines.
Until then,
see you on the dark side.
Now that